Hello everyone, welcome to the COD Pod by Minute Meta. I am your host, Darted. We're joined with Mr. Braspion, and tonight we're joined by two very special guests. If you've watched any of our episodes, you know them. It is Mr. D Vibes and it's Jammyy. Tonight we are going to be previewing the World Series of Warzone. I personally used to watch a lot of competitive Warzone, especially during Verdansk. But since Caldera, I've kind of fallen back on it a little bit. But with the World Series of Warzone coming up, the biggest event of the year, we are diving back into it, kind of giving you the teams to watch, who you should be watching during the event, because there's going to be so many different people streaming. And then, of course, who we think will win. Of course, hello. Everyone say hello. Brass, you go first. Introduce yourself. Say hello to everybody.
Hello.
Mr. Davis, hello. How are you?
Doing good. What's up, everybody?
What you drinking tonight?
Oh, dude. Let me get this LaCroix out. I don't even know if y'all can see it.
A LaCroix? Nice.
Yeah.
Those of you who are on the YouTube will be able to see it. If you are watching, or not watching, if you're listening on Spotify, thank you so much for listening on Spotify as well. And we also have Jammyy. Say hello to the people.
Hello, everybody.
All right, let's go ahead and just kind of get started. So I'm going to pull up the teams off of Twitter if my computer will work. The first thing we're going to kind of go through is just the qualified teams, because not a lot of us know about this. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm going to pull this over here. Boom, World Series of Warzone. All right, so just from kind of the qualified teams, who do y'all think is important to watch from it? I'm going to let Brass go first.
I mean, these are the guys I don't know quite as much. I mean, WAG is one that just right off the top.
Yep.
I love watching WAG, but I mean also Shaded Step and OP Mark together feels a little stacked.
That is,
but
plus Yeet. They play with Yeet a lot, and
okay, I know OP Marked and Shaded pretty
Yes,
well. I know those guys are insane.
They play with Yeet a lot. OP Marked, for those of you who don't know, OP Marked was the leader in wins in Warzone for the longest time. I think he might still be. I'm not 100% sure, but for a long time, he was the decorated, had the most wins in Warzone. The man is a beast at winning games. All right, let's go with D. Who do you got of just this qualified team? So do you look at?
Honestly, not even gonna lie, I don't know half of these people.
I mean,
well, actually, more than half. The
Yeah.
only person that I really see for qualified teams is Frozone, but that's just because Frozone is absolutely disgusting. He's nasty, man.
Frozone is
Sway's another one that I've kind of recognize. I think he's gonna do good with his team.
Yeah,
Frozone is nasty. Pieman too.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Frozone. I don't know the Intex. Did I say his name? I don't know him, but Frozone and Pieman. Frozone. If y'all follow Xset at all, Frozone is on Xset, and Pieman is just kind of ridiculous. They are both insane. Jammyy, what about you? What do you think are the important teams to watch here with the qualified teams?
I'm the same as D. I've only ever heard of Frozone, but there's a couple of names that I know that are up there. I know Attract and I know Empathy.
Yeah, yeah, and those are Empathy is really good, and so is Attract. Like the more I look at this team, like the qualified teams, the more I start to recognize people. I was like, y'all, I didn't recognize a lot of people at first, but then the more I started to actually go into the teams, in the middle, Brolic is playing with Exact. They won the duos World Series of Warzone last year. Brolic and Exact did. I absolutely, I don't know why they're not one of the qualified teams, considering they legitimately won duos last year. But Brolic and Exact, and I don't know who they added with them. I know them because I'm a massive Iceman Isaac fan. I'm just gonna go ahead and I simp the freaking Iceman Isaac. And he's the one who got me into competitive Warzone. He's played with all of them in different tournaments. The man is the best IGL in the game. And so you give him a gunny. I'm not saying Iceman's not good. Iceman is amazing, but he is good at being an IGL. And you give him a gunny like Brolic and Exact, they are absolutely freaking disgusting. So from the qualified teams, those are the two who I think are going to be well. Depending on the rules, Bartonologist is another one to look out for, because Bartonologist is one of the best snipers in the game. But depending on how they do rules with snipers, it could go against him as well. And then of course I don't know if a lot of y'all know Z Colors. Z Colors is playing with Stu. I didn't know that Stu didn't get an invite either. Stu is another nasty one. He used to be one of Joe's 2v2 partners back in Verdansk. And he's kind of fallen off a little bit in the competitive scene, and I haven't seen a lot of them, but which I also have not been watching a lot of competitive. But Colors and Stew could be another one. There's a lot of really good teams in this that are just nasty.
I'm gonna be praying for Bartologist the whole time. He's the GOAT. He got me into watching sniping videos on YouTube, dude. Like he's just the most consistent sniper ever, dude.
Bart is amazing, and I'm sad that he is no longer on Exit. For those of y'all who don't know, me and Brass are both mods for Mr. Lucci, and Lucci is on Exit, and so because of that automatically puts me following some of the Exit guys like Frozone and Bart whenever he was on Exit. I still watch Bart some. He's fun to watch. He's ridiculously good at sniping. And he's also
that man with the ZRG is not okay.
That and the AX50. Like he was the one who made the AX50 popular.
He was the one who made it good, yeah.
Yep. But alrighty, so that's good with the qualified teams for this first little section. Now let's look at the invited teams. This is where things can start to get a little bit stacked because there are some teams in here. Okay, don't tell me who you think's gonna win. Don't tell me who you think's gonna win. I just want important teams to watch just from this, and there's a lot of them. So
there's so many.
Brass lets you go first with this because there's a lot of them.
How many can I talk about? There's three that I love.
Okay, we'll do the who you think is gonna win. Don't mention people who you think is gonna win in this part. Just important teams that you think are good.
Teams I think worth really watching is one that it's an underdog. I would love to see Tim Scump and Method somehow just destroy. Like I just have this weird feeling. Tim's gameplay has been way better than it ever has been lately. So I mean, he's not up to the level of these guys, but he's not as bad as people always put him out to be.
He's got 2.5 KD. The man is good at the game.
It's good. I mean, yeah. I mean, he's not wild, but just Scump and Methods could just put him in their backpack. He's a big man, but they'll make it work. But and I'm always gonna root for Huskers. He's one of the goats, and with Irrational and Scummin, like that's
a nasty team.
Easy team.
That is a nasty team.
And then my other one that I love is Breadman, Jobo, and FIFA Kills. Those guys, I don't know how they let those three be on a team together. I'll put it that way.
That is a disgusting trio. As we've talked about before, Breadman is the best keyboard and mouse player in the world. I have a special place in my heart for people who play this game on keyboard and mouse because you are at a disadvantage. Aim assist is broken. This is coming from someone who has over a 2 KD on controller and a 1.5 on keyboard and mouse. Like, aim assist is broken on this game. That's all I'm going to say about it. Okay, Davis, you go. What do you think important teams to watch are from this invited list?
Dude, you guys, oh my God. I watch this man probably 24/7, and it's Z-Lantern and Destroy and Sage.
Yes.
That is someone you guys have no earthly idea. They're going to shock people. Z-Lantern, obviously, is just the man. And Destroy, those two as a duo is disgusting, and then Sage in the mix is just going to absolutely blow people's minds.
That's a nasty trio.
That's a nasty trio. Of course, Tim the Tatman Scump. I mean, of course, everybody wants to see them win. But Swag, Booyah, and Lucky Chamu is going to be nasty as well.
That's going to be fun. Swag and Booyah together. Like, when Swag and Booyah play in a tournament together. So, let me tell you how I was actually introduced to Swag and Booyah. Again, talking about Iceman. Do y'all remember when Iceman threw him from a helicopter into a wall during a 2v2?
Yep. And he said, welcome to the big leagues.
Yep. So I was watching that live. And that's how I was actually introduced to Swag and Booyah. Because that was when I had first just started watching a professional Call of Duty or professional Warzone. And that was just like, that whole drama blew up. And then, because they were mad when it happened, they didn't realize it was legal. And then, it is legal. And that was so much fun. But that's when I started kind of following Swag and Booyah in tournaments. Booyah, if you don't know, is also turned into a fantastic Rebirth creator. And he is one of the best Rebirth creators in the world. He's gotten massive on TikTok, so I see his TikToks all the time. But yeah, Jammyy, what you got? Who's your important teams to watch of the invited teams?
So I'm going for a little bit unorthodox here, and I'm going to throw TP out there.
That was gonna be one of mine too.
That is a very good pick. There's a reason. So, Teep, I don't know. This is a stat that he's ridiculous. He is legitimately ridiculous. I was watching a stream of his last year. He has a mod in his chat that records the outcome of every single one of his games into a spreadsheet. At this time, it was broken into 3 parts almost exactly. He had a 33% win percentage. He had a 33% lose percentage. The other 33% of the time, they were at least 80% sure they had died to a hacker.
Wow.
That's how good this man is. Like, just if you even just split those in half, that means he would have a 50% win rate. Like, if you take the 80% that they think they died to a hacker, because you can never really be 100%, but he would tell the mod, we are pretty sure, like 80 to 90% sure we died to a hacker in this game, or either a hacker or a glitch or something like that that was just out of their control. Like, it wasn't just a, hey, we got outgunned, or hey, we screwed something up. That's how good Teep is at this game. It's kind of terrifying. But, Jamie, you got anybody else for the important
The other one is Super Revan, Ripples, and Biffle.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Super Rev with Biffle. And Biffle's top five crowd players in the world.
Yes. And with Super Revan especially. Like,
yeah.
Well, as we all know from like the latest podcast, Ripples and Biffle are demons.
Yes. And then Super Revan is not something to be slept on either. Like, they are good at this game.
They're disgusting.
And they're a team that plays together a lot.
And then my final pick is Tim Scump and Methods.
Yeah, that's going to be...
Yep.
So,
on the simple fact that Scump has probably the best game awareness out of every single person that's competitive right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, no doubt.
The only thing that scares me about them...
I think he could IGL Tim to the win.
He will. He'll be the IGL of that team.
It's going to put him in his backpack.
Yeah, the only thing that worries me about that team is Scump and Methods not playing this map much. Like, other than that, like, if they've grinded this map for the past 2 weeks, they'll be fine. Like, I have no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But I don't know how much they've actually played Caldera. Because Caldera, if you haven't played it, it's confusing.
I haven't even seen, like, normally, like, on, like, when Warzone first came out that first year or so.
Yeah.
You saw Scumpy nearly streaming every single day playing Warzone at some point.
Yep.
And obviously, as we all know, he is struggling with his hands a lot.
Yep.
And I think, and obviously announced that he was going on the break from playing. He hasn't touched a controller in a couple of weeks. I don't know if he will actually practice at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we talked about that during last pod. We didn't even know if Scump was going to play in this, even with him winning the $100,000 solo yellow. We didn't know if he was going to play because, I mean, his hands were messed up after champs, and his hands were tired of just everything going on with it. But I'm glad to see him playing. So with that, I say we just go ahead and move into teams that will be fun to watch during this event. That is my team that I think is going to be electric to watch in this event. You put Tim the Tatman and Scump, both of those personalities together on a team, and just watch magic. Watching those two teams, like there's everyone in this lobby is going to be streaming. And so if a team to watch, because you have to choose something to watch other than, unless you just want to watch the main broadcast. If you want to watch the main broadcast, fine, good. I know that there's going to be some fantastic talent that are doing the actual broadcast. Merc and Maven are doing the broadcast themselves. They're the ones who are actually commentating. Excited about that. That's going to be fun.
I killed Maven multiple times. It's my only claim to fame.
This is going to be so good.
Somehow I get in his lobbies all the time in solos.
I know J God is also going to be an analyst. I can't remember who the other two analysts are.
The other analyst is going to be, oh my gosh,
Lucci.
what is her name?
If
no,
only.
Lucci. No, I had her pulled up. Oh my gosh.
But yeah, there's the other two analysts, but I'm glad J God's getting the analyst invite. He deserves it. He has actually done some analyst stuff for other tournaments, and I think he actually was in the last World Series of Warzone as well. That man knows Warzone better than I think anyone in the world. At least the technicalities of it.
Yep.
He understands this game inside and out just as good as any professional player that you are going to watch. So
Yep.
they are my team that if you just want to have fun and watch during an event, he's one of them. Also, I'm gonna throw this one out there, Mr. T Dog. I love T Dog.
Yeah.
T Dog is the captain of the Boston team with Sensor and Nero. T Dog is a blast and I have to watch. Love watching him in the mornings. He is also someone who I watch almost religiously in the mornings. So if you want a really, really good team to just watch and have fun with, and you're not really cared about the competitiveness of the game,
At least for
he
the
is-
first round.
yeah, at least for like the first couple of rounds, he is going to be he's one that you're going to watch. Brass, who do you think would be a good team to watch?
To watch, I mean, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna watch Brett and Joe in FIFA. I don't
Mhm.
even. I just want to watch because I think it's just gonna be
Insane.
insane. Yeah,
Yeah.
insane.
What
But
about
but
you?
also I would watch Biffle's team too.
Oh yeah, Biffle Super Evan. They are going to be absolutely amazing. Davis, who you think will be fun to watch during this event?
This is a tough one, man. I mean, I gotta go with my boy Z-Lanner and
Yeah.
Sage and Destroy. I mean, they already play together, him and Destroy, and Sage cooked into the mix. Dude, it's gonna be insane. And also, there's other analysis. I did get them up. One of them's Dream Crazy and Miles. I don't really know who those two are, but that's who the other analysts were.
Miles is a CDL.
Yeah.
And analyst. I don't know
Yeah.
Dream Crazy, but Miles is a CDL analyst. But yeah, no, he's a really good CDL analyst. I'll be excited to watch him in Warzone. What about you, Jamie?
I will
Who
say-
do you think would be fun to watch?
I've always enjoyed watching TP when it comes to competitive stuff.
Oh yeah.
From even like the original like MLG days. Like his comms have always been amazing.
Good comms.
Tim
I want that
Tim-
shirt so bad.
Scumper Methods is just gonna be a meme central.
Yes.
That'll be great.
And then
100%.
T Dog's gonna be funny and whatnot. But I also think that Apathy could probably be pretty fun to watch. I've jumped into Apathy's stream a couple of times and he's a pretty
Interesting.
chilled out dude.
I don't know if I've ever actually watched Apathy play.
Apathy is a really chilled out dude. Like he's older than a lot of these that are in here.
Uh-huh.
But obviously he's always had that competitive mindset, and I think he will throw something into the mix. IGL wise, I think he will be the IGL of that team.
Be the IGL team? Yeah. That he'll be a good IGL. I haven't watched him play, but I've seen enough highlights that I know he is cracked at the game. And you said Teep. I wonder if Teep will have his text to speech on, because that's one of the reasons why I love watching Teep. Just some of the dumb ass comments that come, because he has this. If you don't know, Teep has his text to speech set at either $1 or 100 bits, whichever one you want to use. And so you get some stupid text to speech coming through his stream, and it is absolutely hilarious. I wonder if he'll actually have it on during the broadcast. I highly doubt it, because I bet they make him turn it off. But that would be hilarious. All right, last little segment here. Who do you think we're going to win? So I know we did important teams to watch. If these kind of overlap, that's fine. But give me your top 3 teams. Who you think is going to finish first, second, and third. And then give me who you think will win. They are doing another solo YOLO. Give me who you think will win the solo YOLO. We're going to start with Mr. Brass.
Is a solo YOLO out of these people or what?
Yes, like it's a solo YOLO out of everyone invited to the tournament. Yes.
Oh, dude.
So your
You
top
really
three,
gotta
your top
let
3
me
teams, and then who you
choose.
think will win the solo YOLO? Yeah.
Okay, so top 3 teams. I'm still gonna stick with number 1, Bread Joe. Yeah, Bread Joe and FIFA Kills. They're my number 1. Oh, dude, it's hard because there's a bunch of these.
There's some good ones.
2, I'm gonna put Frozone, Intex, and Pie Man. I want to give somebody in the
Oh.
qualified some
Oh,
love.
you're throwing a qualified team in.
I think that that's a good combination. I really think those guys could do it. Three, oh man, this is a hard one. I'm gonna say Super Ev, Repulse, and Biffle.
That is a good squad. Not going to lie.
Solo YOLO, Scump.
Yo, yeah, he just
Yeah.
I'm throwing the money on Scump. He
I
don't
will
lose.
forever bet on
He
Scump.
does not lose. Okay, so while we're talking about Solo Yellow, just real quick, do you think they'll do what a lot of people did last year and make it to where a lot of people are using riot shields, or you think they're actually going to do it like Scump did last year and play with real guns?
Ooh, I
The
think they're
Scump
gonna
won it
do
with real guns.
I think they're gonna do real guns.
That's what happened last year during the Solo YOLO. Almost everyone was running riot shields with some sort of like sniper support AR or SMG or something like that, and stuns. Almost everyone was, and then Scump came in and was just absolutely destroying people running pure AR SMG. And so,
as a personal opinion, I think that the riot shield should be banned from it.
I'm down to ban the riot shield.
Because
So I don't know if they're actually going to do any bans. This is something that's really big with. So there's the normal small tournaments, and then there's these massive tournaments like World Series of Warzone and Twitch, the Twitch tournament and all that stuff. Where when Activision has a massive hand in it, they don't like things to be banned because they want the game played as it's meant to be. The issue is when you don't ban things like shotgun and riot shield, because I don't know if y'all watched the Solo YOLO for the Europeans last year, not the Scump one, or not the North American one, but for the European one last year, I think every single person who finished in the top 15 was running riot shield shotgun. And it was absolute chaos at the end of the game. It was fun to watch, but because like their whole thing is we want the game to be played as it's meant to play. It's when that happens, none of them are playing it how it's meant to played. They're just trying to cheat their way to win $100,000.
Memeing it.
Yes. I mean, they're not even memeing it. It's just like they know those are the most broken things in the game, so they're trying to use those to get the biggest advantage to win the $100,000. And so it's, I don't know. I'm very torn on. I'm very much for banning things in normal tournaments, but I understand why they don't like banning things in these type of tournaments.
The thing is, you look at stuff like the CDL and stuff like that. They do it right.
Yep, 100% agree.
Like not every this is what like annoys me with a lot of the stuff is people say, "Oh, well, everything's banned." No, most of the stuff that you don't see pros use is actually gentlemen's agreements.
Yes.
That's true.
So, Davis, you were going to say something. What were you thinking?
You want to keep moving on with Davis pick his three? Because I have a segment for the end to end it up that I've already got an idea for. So
okay,
let's finish picking our three.
Yeah, Davis, you go ahead and pick your who you think will your top 3 teams, and then who you think will win Solo YOLO.
Top 3. No number in general, but I'm gonna go with Biffle, and then Jowo, and then I gotta pick my boy Z. Z's just I've been watching Z lately. He's nasty, dude. Him and Destroy. I've already talked about it, of course, but I mean they're just disgusting.
Yep.
And the Solo Dolo, I don't even know. Just for the fun of it, I might just say Scump, honestly.
Yeah, it would be fun to see go back to back.
Because I would love to see that too.
All right, Jammyy, what about your top 3 plus the Solo YOLO?
Top 3, I'm going Teep, Z, and Huskers.
Teep, Z, and Huskers. That's a really good top 3. Not gonna lie.
That's literally the trio gang right there. That's
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, if they were all together, I would have bet on them. Yeah.
Because Teep's got an insane team. We all know how cracked Huskers is, and we all know how cracked Z is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Huskers team especially, that is a nasty team.
It is a nasty.
The Huskers team is very good.
Huskers and Rational.
I would love to actually see Huskers v both teams are down and it's just one alive. Mm-hmm. Huskers v Teep to win it. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, that would be disgusting. Okay, who do you have for Solo YOLO?
Solo YOLO, as much as I'd like to see Scump do it, I don't think his hands will hack it after the amount of games that these guys will play.
Mm-hmm.
And especially with it being Warzone, it's a lot longer. So as much as I'd like to say Scump, there's guys in here that are way up there. And I'm going to go Biffle.
That's
Yeah.
a really good.
Oh,
that's a good
He's
one.
one of the ones I'm leaning towards. Like I haven't really decided yet, but Biffle is one of the ones that I'm leaning towards. So
Because my initial thought was Biffle, Ripples, or Aiden.
yeah,
Because Aiden can do it too.
mm-hmm.
I'm just an
Aiden-
optic boy, so scum. I mean,
Yeah, and
that's
Aiden's
I'm an
one of those
optic fan
people.
as much as I want to.
Yeah, and
I
Aiden's
don't
one of
think
those
his hands
people
will do it.
during comp. Whenever things get down and dirty, he will turn up. Aiden shines in the highlight of competition. Like he's been struggling in some of these smaller tournaments, but you put like it doesn't matter what's happening and going on around. Aiden in massive situations, just he understands the pressure. He's been there, he's done that. Nothing gets to him, and he just absolutely fries. So, but my top 3 teams. So, who I think is going to finish in third. I'm actually going to kind of go the brass route here, and I've got Shaded Step, OP Mark, and Yeet. I think they will finish third. That is an
Okay.
absolutely disgusting team. They always do well in these type of games because if you don't know who Iron is, they all learned from Iron. They used to play with Iron all the time. Iron's been taking like a almost 2-month break. Today was actually the first time he's been back live. I didn't get to go in there and watch any of it, but they learned from Iron. They understand how to play this style of game better than just about anyone in the scene. I think they're going to finish third. The team that I have finishing second, Breadman, Joe Woe, and FIFA Kills. That is the most cracked team in the entire tournament. Breadman has an 8 KD since Caldera came out. That is stupid. Joe Woe is just Joe Woe. The things that man does on a controller are not natural. Not saying he's cheating. Don't take it what I'm talking about. The things that he has learned to do and learned how to just absolutely abuse aim assist with cameras is stupid. Like he has the best natural gunny of any controller player in the game. And then FIFA, I think FIFA will probably be their IGL. FIFA is absolutely disgusting at this game.
He's
If
an
you did
incredible
not know,
all-rounder.
yeah, if you did not know, he dropped 66. Is that how many it was in the
Yeah, I think
solo
so. Buyback solos.
buyback solos this weekend? Like
what?
the
World record.
dude is stupid. He set the world record for buyback solos. Dropped 66 freaking kills. The man is absolutely freaking nuts. And then the number 1 team that I cannot believe none of y'all mentioned, TBE. Tommy, Almond, and Noobs. Tommy, Almond, and Noobs
I
are
did see that.
they are the best team in Warzone history. That is not a joke. Those 3 together have won more tournaments than any other team combined. They are the number 1, number 2, and number 3 most earned Warzone players in the history of Warzone. And it's not even close. So in order for them, so I follow Mr. Goj. Goj has a website where he tracks all of this. And Tommy, Almond, and News have been 1, 2, and 3 since Warzone started. They have a chance if they have to win this tournament, and one of them have to win the solo YOLO outside of the people who are in like the top 15 or 20. In order for them to carry it all the way, the torch all the way through from the beginning of Warzone to Warzone 2. It is absolutely disgusting what this team has done. They are going to win this tournament because they play tournaments like this like they're pubs. They don't just land, go into a building, and camp a building until endgame like you see a lot of teams do. They play these teams like they're pubs and just fry people. It is absolutely nasty what they do, especially when you give this team a helicopter. That they are legitimately unbeatable. I doubt a lot of times helicopters are banned in pro tournaments for this reason. They are the reason why helicopters got banned in the first place. But if what I'm thinking is they're not going to have a lot of bans, if any bans at all. If helicopters are not banned and Tommy, Almond, and Noobs are able to get a hold of a helicopter, this lobby needs to look out. They legitimately might drop 35 as a team. It is absolutely nasty. I think Tommy, Almond, and Noobs will win it. And my solo YOLO. Oh, this is just... It's so hard to choose. Once they win, I don't think Tommy, Almond, and Noobs... Tommy is a really good solos player as well. I don't think he'll be able to do it. I'm going to go with Breadman. If Breadman... As long as it doesn't end in a extremely building central area, like downtown. As long as it stays out of the town area and it ends basically anywhere in an open area on the map, Breadman will win it. The man does not miss shots. It's absolutely terrifying what this man does with an AR in his hand. I bet he's probably running the automaton. It's been his favorite weapon for so long. It's going to be so freaking fun to watch, and I am so very excited for the World Series of Warzone. This is for North America, by the way. We're not doing EU. I don't know enough EU players. I think Juki's is the only EU player who I actually knew when I looked at the list. But, yeah.
This is one team that I am looking forward about, though.
Who you got?
Jared.
For EU?
No, in this.
For North America?
One team that I am actually intrigued to see how they do is Jared's team.
Oh, Jared FPS. Yeah, I was just looking back through here. And I didn't even realize he was someone who got invited until I saw it. And I was like, wait a second. Because I saw him.
I've seen him post about it.
Yeah. But
there's a lot of X-setters in here.
Yeah, there was like Super Evan, Jared, and then freaking Lucci got me today, and I'm so mad. I'm still mad about that.
That was a great video.
For those of you who don't know, I'm sorry if you're not on the YouTube, but yeah, I dropped this man a congratulations after he put a a TikTok out today, and then the man didn't actually get into it. He was just trolling. And the first time I watched it, I thought he was just trolling. The second time I watched it, I'm like, this is the perfect way he would actually announce it. So I fell for it hardcore, thought he was actually doing it. And then, yeah, no, it's fine. But
it's shocked.
It's shocked. I don't care. They made fun of me on stream. It's fine. All right, Brass, what's your idea to close this thing out?
What are they going to be using?
That's kind of what I thought. I had the same idea. So I
kind of PPSH.
I kind of hinted this with Bread. I think he'll be running the automaton.
Automaton.
We will see a lot of automatons. We're going to see a lot of PPSHs. Pending they don't. I don't think they will. I don't think they're going to come out Wednesday and change the meta right before the biggest tournament in the legitimately and the second biggest tournament in Warzone history beside the first World Series of Warzone.
Seems like something they might do.
Well, that would be something they would do. But I'm really hoping they don't change it Wednesday. So if that doesn't happen, the PPSH is going to be the AR or the SMG of choice. It's not even going to be really close, honestly.
Unless you've got Joe, or they'll run the armor.
Yeah, Joe. We'll see some armors. We might see a couple Marcos, but the Marco got nerfed, and so a lot of people have kind of gone away from it.
And then I think people are like just done with the Blixen because of how much they've used it.
Yep.
Yeah, there's still going to be some Blixen players because the nice thing about the Blixen is that damage per mag, and
yeah, it's
when you're fighting high skilled players, sometimes that's going to come into effect a lot.
Yeah,
that is true.
So,
which is why I don't think we'll see much of the PPSH because of how quick it goes through a mag.
But it'll go through people.
You're guaranteed at least 2 kills with it, and if you're playing as a team like a lot of these people are going to be, like it. The PPS, if all 3 of them are running a PPSH, I think we're gonna see a lot of PPSHs. I bet at least 40.
Those mouse and keyboard players with the freaking hipfire PPSH, dude.
Yeah, like
yeah.
I bet we see 50% of the people who are actually running SMGs, which because of how shotguns have been nerfed, I don't think we'll see a lot of shotguns. We normally see a lot of shotguns in this, but the way shotguns are, I don't think we're gonna see a lot of them.
At all.
I bet we'll see 50% of the people who are running SMGs run the PPSH. And then the other ones it'll be a mixture of the Arma, the Blixen, and the Marco.
I would love to see some MP40s come out, I'm not going to lie.
Maybe. But just those 4 are just better than the MP40 right now. The MP40 is consistent. It's just when you're playing level.
I've seen quite a lot of these, though, like in streams, use the MP40 more than anything. for
So
Caldera.
the MP40 is one of the most consistent, especially when you're playing in pub lobbies. But with this type of lobby,
especially with that build, like the short barrel build,
yeah,
how it hits is like the chest, arm, like it's all a similar hitbox, so it's very consistent on where it hits too.
yeah,
I mean, it
but
sucks
you
because you
can't.
won't get any of
It's,
those crazy TTKs with the head,
yeah,
but
like if you lock onto a headshot with it, the time to kill doesn't really increase that
it
much
doesn't
compared to
increase
the
really at all.
compared to the other guns. That's especially like the PPSH is disgusting with the headshot multiplier. But I don't think we'll see very many PPSHs. What about ARs? What do you think, Brass, for ARs?
I think there's going to be 5 ARs. Like, I think that's going to be it. I don't think
Okay.
there's going to be much. I think it's going to be like UGM,
Yep.
STG. I still think we're going to see some. There's still going to be some STGs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I think people just can't get off the STG. Automaton.
Yep.
Honestly, maybe just 3. I don't know. What I mean, there some of those guys still like some of the Cold War guns. They like the Vargo and the XM4.
So
But
I'm wondering if they're going to ban anything not Vanguard. That's the other question I'm wondering.
Really?
Because so they did that at the beginning, whenever for like the first 6 months of after Caldera came out, where or actually probably close to the first 4 months, where you could only run Vanguard weapons. I'm wondering for this if they're going to make that a rule or not.
Okay.
If they don't, I bet we see some XM4s, 100%.
Yeah. Because there's a
But-
lot of those guys. They've used the
Yeah,
XM4 and the
something.
Vargo in repetition so much that they
Yeah.
are very, very
They're-
comfortable with it.
yeah.
I'm not, because I've been running these no recoil brainless guns. So when I pick that up, I'm like, whoa, this has recoil.
The
I reckon
Vargo.
we might see a few Coopers.
Yeah.
So
There's so there's no-
NKGs.
No.
if
Mostly
they
the
if
KG.
they play some a sniper, a long range AR, and close range AR, I bet we see a couple of Coopers. I don't think we're gonna see that many because I think because especially with the way that Caldera plays, we're probably gonna see one person running a sniper and 2 people running long range ARs, which is or slash LMGs. I think the UGM is gonna be kind of like the PPSH. 40% of people who run ARs slash long range weapons are going to be running that gun. And then I bet we see a lot of 3 lines. If they force it towards Vanguard only, I bet we see a lot of 3 lines. If not, we'll see
even
a lot.
without the 3 lines fair is still fantastic.
It's really good. But if not
ZRGs.
that, we'll see a bunch of ZRGs. Yeah. If they
And
don't
then we might
force just Vanguard, we'll see a lot of ZRGs.
Might see Batten whip out the ZRG.
Oh god, no! It's disgusting with that thing, dude.
See, I think there would be one gun, and I just feel like somebody would just meme, and it'd be the one shot, the laser one, the laser gun, the one shot laser gun for the sniper. I think that would be
Oh, that would
crazy.
be crazy.
Did anybody else think about that? Because it's just the one shot that you can literally shoot that has infinite range. Do you think they're either going to get rid
For
of that?
Caldera, for a high skill player,
Bart would be
Yeah.
somebody who would do that 100%.
Exactly.
Bart
That's-
Bart on keyboard and mouse would pull that out. Oh my. That's actually
Imagine.
the only thing that he could be annoyed with is the charge time on that thing. That's the only thing that I think it was a good balance for that thing.
But Bart
the
has
charge
also
time.
played a lot of Apex, and so he understands it because of the charge rifle. And
True.
so because of that, on keyboard and mouse, he'll understand the charge of it, and especially because of one-shot headshots. Yeah, that's actually nasty. We may see some of those.
But for the medium range, though, you don't have to charge it up that much. So it's still a one shot to the chest and up as well with that.
And the thing is, the bullet velocity is non-existent.
It
Like,
doesn't
it doesn't
exist, yeah.
have it. Yeah, it's just a
Exactly.
beam. It's just a railgun at that point.
Exactly.
As soon as you
That's
let go of the
actually
trigger,
that's a
that's
really
it.
good
It's
point.
impact.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, thank everyone so much for listening / watching. We will be doing a review podcast after the World Series of Warzone. Make sure that you check it out at twitch.com/Call of Duty, and then all of these players' Twitches, they will be doing this live. Thank y'all so much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe. If you're listening to us on Spotify, drop that 5-star review. That way we can get us in their algorithm. Thank y'all so much. Y'all stay out and aim for greatness.